Foreign Affairs, House Armed Services. He's a U.S. Army combat veteran. He helped evacuate Americans trapped in Israel after the 10/7 Hamas terror attack. He's Congressman Cory Mills. Congressman, it's good to have you on the show. Thanks for joining us again. Are the Houthi militants in Yemen just completely ignoring and blowing off the White House? Because they reportedly just cut and damaged undersea cables in the Red Sea, knocking out as much as a quarter, 25% of the telecom and internet traffic network between Asia, Europe, and the Middle East.
Well, it's not even so much that they're ignoring it. Remember, President Donald J. Trump's the one who actually did the FTO, the Foreign Terrorist Organization designation for the Houthi rebels. It was Joe Biden, when he came into office, who basically got rid of this designation, allowing the Houthi rebels to essentially continue what they're doing today, even though they're responsible for attacks in the past on Saudi Aramco and other allies in the area. Now you have where they are disrupting over 12% of global trade through the Red Sea and disrupting over 25% of internet communications and data transfer through the cutting of these cables. And so that's going to impact Middle East, Asia. That's going to impact other areas of the world. And it's also going to load a lot of the data onto other networks that may or may not be able to handle these.
That, Congressman, what you just said is really interesting. I mean, the Biden White House, one of the first things the president did was he removed the Houthis from the U.S. terror watch list. Now, retroactively, they're trying to put them back on. We have the first ship lost in this conflict. For the first time, it was a ship bombed by Houthi militants last month. It's the Belize-flagged Rubimar. It's sunk in the Red Sea. It's got a cargo of hazardous, it's like 21,000 metric tons of ammonium phosphate sulfate fertilizer, and that's going to kill marine life and coral reefs.
Well, that's exactly right, but not to mention the fact that the IRTC, known as the Internationally Recommended Transit Corridor that runs through the Red Sea, is actually responsible for 12% of all global trade. And America, being so dependent on adversarial nations like China, this is where a lot of our trade comes in. So this is a direct attack on every single American when it comes to commerce, which, in my opinion, should lead us to actually do what we should have been doing long ago, which is decoupling away from adversarial nations and starting to do more here at home to build our industrial base and supply chain capabilities. But this is a broader issue that we need to start thinking about economically, because here we go with not only just delisting the Houthi rebels, but also the fungible assets that's gone to Iran, like the $10+ billion that was given, and the highest exportation of oil. So that's now also funding these attacks, like Hamas in Israel, like Hezbollah on the border, like Kataib Hezbollah in Iraq, and now like the Houthis on the IRTC.
Got it. Congressman Mills, thank you so much for your service to America, and thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you.
We've got a big